right. Talk about some motivation. Let's talk about some meditation. Let's talk about some inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. And start focusing into that ability where we're utilizing what we have inside. When you're facing off against challenges and you have things that you're looking to achieve, your dreams, your goals, ultimately what matters is what's going on inside of you. So each day that you face off against challenges and that you're going through things in your life, ask yourself that question: what is it that I'm doing today that's going to make me be who I want to be? What is it that I'm going to achieve, the dreams that I'm looking to chase after, and the goals? Each day I put that effort in. I've been working with a goal to do 10 scrolls of success. That is Augmendino's 10 scrolls. And I'm starting to realize that repetition matters, that when you write things down, when you get into the habit of utilizing your skills, that the things and the people that are meant to be in your life start to show up. And when your mind is in a place where your ability within opens up, you start to utilize the processes and the procedures that bring you closer to yourself and what it means to be who you are on the inside. And so how do we utilize those kinds of challenges? How do we utilize those kinds of abilities and that kind of mentality? And so each day that you put in the time to focus to that point where there is ability to overcome challenge. And so when we look within, when we start to look at what it takes to truly focus towards a positive mentality, a positive ability, when people start to know you for who you are, they start to recognize that who you have within and who you're seeking to become matters more than what's going on around you. You see, each challenge that we face off against on a daily basis, it's not there to stop you. It's not there to hold you back. It is there to actually help you to grow, to help you to open up your mind, to open up your being, to find a way to overcome the challenges within. And so here I am today looking at this ability and looking at this mentality to manifest within. And each part of that process takes focus. It takes ability. It takes putting yourself in a place where you're willing to focus past the challenges, putting yourself in a place where you're willing to be who you are on the inside. And so when you start to become a positive force, you start to see that the things that you have gone through and that you go through on a daily open you up to overcome challenge. You start to become motivated. Like I ask every day, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? It's because what we're seeking out after is already there. It already exists within. It already is within your vibration, within your being. And it's up to you to find the way to use those kinds of gifts, to use those kinds of ability. And when we're using the ability within, when we're using the ability to overcome, when we're using the ability to focus to the point where we become that reflection, when you're focused on achieving success, when you're focused on achieving mentality, what is it that you're preparing yourself for? Do you spend the time on a daily basis to write things down? Do you spend the time on a daily basis to listen to things that uplift, that are going to bring you closer to your goals, your dreams, and your abilities? And so each day that we spend that kind of time, each day that we are in that kind of place where we're sitting down and we're writing out our goals and we're putting the ability within ourselves to open up and to become, we start to manifest motivation in our lives. We start seeking out after ways that we can overcome our challenges. And the second part of the speech is about meditation. What types of things do you put your knowledge towards? What are the things that your knowledge is put into? And I know that, starting with things like the 10 Scrolls of Success, it creates a procedure. It creates an ability to have something that sets you aside, that puts it in a place where you're going to achieve your dreams, your goals, and your manifestations. And so when you start to get to know yourself, when you start to sit down and ask yourself the questions that nobody else will ask you, that will go within, that will manifest from within the light within you. So positivity is just understanding the process and the ability to allow yourself to not fail yourself, but to actually open up within your being, to open up within your process. And so each day I spend just a little bit of time putting that in, putting that ability within to overcome challenge. And when we see it happen, when we start to see it overcome, when we start to look within ourselves and we start to say, I know what I have inside. And individuals find themselves in that place. Individuals find their process through focusing towards positivity, to studying their life journey, studying their life path. And within, you start to seek out ability. So the last part is about becoming disciplined, using the intersection between focus and knowledge to be yourself, to open yourself up to believing in you. When you're disciplined enough to sit down every day and to challenge yourself with things like the 10 Scrolls of Success, when you're willing to write down your goals on a daily basis, when you're willing to speak your mind and to allow people that are going to be there with you and that are on your life path, a different kind of light starts to shine. The ability within yourself starts to open up, and the being starts to manifest. And so what I ask every day is more so for myself. It's for the ability within who we are. And so how we use our gifts, how we use our abilities, where we put our discipline and we put our manifestation, it truly comes from within how disciplined you are to be yourself. The outside is just a reflection of what's going on inside. What you believe about yourself on the inside manifests outwards. If you continue to speak your mind, if you continue to be who you are inside, eventually those things become a reflection on the outside. And so every single day that I ask that question, is what I'm doing today, is it motivation? Is it meditation? Is it inspiration? Because if it's not one of the three, I don't want it. I'm asking the question, am I disciplined enough to focus on those things? Are we willing to put our mind into that place? Are we willing to become an inspiration? Are we willing to become so disciplined that the intersection between focus and knowledge is you? And so that's what we're talking about today. That's our inspiration for the day as the reflection of our discipline. I just want to say bless